I'm Jake Johnson, huge fan. Saw you at Louder in Life last year up in the Rockville, Pier 6 in Baltimore,
Nice.
representing WTF Nation Radio, which is a military and veteran radio station.
How awesome.
Community is hugely into you. So when you're deployed or whether you're working stateside, music literally helps fuel you. And when you get a down moment or you need some energy, Halestorm is definitely one of those bands where folks are coming to listen to you. And it's always awesome. So just fantastic performances. Absolutely love the energy that you bring. RJ, I gotta call you out for the mega drumsticks. It's really phenomenal part of the show.
Thanks.
And I think it really shows your personality. What was
I
the?
know we need bigger ones.
that would be.
I mean, we can't not do it. It's a running gag.
You know, I know, but it's like, now you're an adult, and we need bigger ones. Or
Well,
one big one.
I can say just on your last point, we've done a few USO shows, and we know firsthand the level of appreciation that we feel from the servicemen and women that we perform for. So, in our eyes, y'all are the true rock stars here. So.
Well, but thank you so much for that. The question I had in learning more about the graphic novel was, what was the concept? Did you guys have any involvement for the doppelgangers, where you're kind of seeing, these more ominous, evil versions of yourself? Was that something that came from you all, or that you helped co-develop with the creators?
Yeah, I mean, we had gone back and forth with the Winter Twins on multiple levels, including a lot of truths and a lot of, like I was saying before, you kind of got to be careful what you do tell them, because it turns into the graphic novel.
We started with looking at our song catalog and Ms. Hyde and the duality story, and the girls were so great about kind of bringing that to life and talking with us and getting details out, and they're just so talented. They made a beautiful story out of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of freakishly accurate too, because I feel like all of us have multi-personality chaos going on in here all the time. I guess that's kind of what made us drawn to each other and to make music together. So it's pretty freakishly realistic how they depicted it. So.
Well, it looks amazing. Really excited to dig into it when I get my hands on a full copy of it. Anything in particular you want to say to our veteran and military community?
Drop and give me 20.
I mean, honestly, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your lives. And thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for everything that you do for us.
Give us the freedom to do what we love to do.
We love you, and we really appreciate this. Thank you so much for answering our questions.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't have to introduce myself. You all know me.
Hi, Jeff.
Always said it.
But, Lizzie and RJ, I want to start out with you both because I know you two the longest.
I know it's nice to see you not on a Zoom screen. It's in person.
Right, exactly. When you first started out, you started out doing the small bars, the small gigs. Your father was in the band, and now you're playing sold out shows all over the world. And how does that feel for you both? Where you came from, playing with your dad in the band, small shows, to where you're both at now, where the band is at now.
It feels like we've lived multiple lifetimes, but we've also lived it together, which is a huge feat, because it's something that you have to be willing to do, is grow together and learn together. Like any marriage or relationship or family or whatever it is, it's you either learn to do all of this together or you don't. So that's been one of our greatest accomplishments. But I look back fondly on those early days. It was chaos. I mean, I'm thankful that we both had, parents that were crazy enough to go along with this and let us do it. And I'm also really grateful that we didn't get bored of it, and that we didn't kill each other before we reached this peak.
Yeah, and
Still
our
got years,
parents couldn't be more proud. Our dad has turned his house into Halestorm Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah,
He's
it's
got
really
like
creepy.
Oh my
every piece
God,
of
I love
memorabilia.
that.
It's really creepy.
He keeps buying up our stuff. I'm like, Dad, we can get it to you for free. Stop spending your money on this stuff. You
And
know?
you can book a room at his house, so you should call him.
Wait, no, are you
He'll
serious?
probably start selling,
there is,
like, to
there
you.
is one. They have 2 guest rooms. One guest room
Oh
is
my-
literally a shrine to me, and one is a shrine to RJ. And it's really creepy. Which
It's
one,
really creepy.
Which one did you stay in when you stayed at Dad's house?
I stayed in my room, of course.
I-
Based on the Minty picture from the machine shop.
Yeah, yeah.
And they colored the walls to match the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. So
All in.
I'm glad that they were crazy enough to let us do it. And I'm glad that they, that they're proud that we're still out here doing it. So.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I remember going into shows and your mom and dad were always there, like
Yep.
every single show. Like they never. Well, I mean, your dad had to. He was in the band, but like your mother was also there, like
Yeah.
selling the merch and all that.
They
It's
really helped us
interesting.
hustle it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a recent conversation with Mom and Dad because they never really let on that like they were actually terrified, and they've only recently told us, like, oh no, we were scared shitless. And she's like, first of all, it's our 2 kids, our only 2 kids, and they're gonna like do this, and there's no guarantee. There's gonna be a lot of disappointment, and they never let on to that. They're just like, yeah, sure, we'll help you. And so, but then my parents both have said it in separate ways. They're like, but we also saw that you 2 were going to do it anyway, so we might as well support you and
Yeah, right.
be there. So, I mean, we credit them with the allowance to do it, but also they kept us out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have drug problems. There's no,
That we know
Speak
of.
for yourself.
weirdness. Yeah. Well, no, you know what I'm
I
saying.
tried.
You know what I'm saying. No, we keep
We
trying.
really tried it.
We really
Tried
tried.
hard. She went from having her daddy in the band to her zaddy in the band. She had disappointment. That's good.
Josh is our resident actual zaddy.
Okay.
Kids.
Okay.
No, but that's
Anyway, back to the
What is
important
it?
topics.
What is it? Distinguished older
But that, I mean, family is the basis of everything, and that's one of the things we emphasize in the military. I mean, honestly, you can't deploy if you don't have somebody at home taking care of things.
Yeah.
So that when you deploy, you can think of it. It's the same thing when you're on tour. I mean, that's your rock and roll deployment in a sense, where you're out there. You have to be able to focus. You have to be able to bring the best. You want to give it a phenomenal show, which you always do. But it's amazing that you have your family, you have each other, and you're able to provide that support to each other, which is also what's powered you through decades now
Yeah.
to be where you're at. So, I mean, kudos to you, and congratulations.
Well, and thank you, and I think that's a beautiful point because they both fuel each other. You know, we approach this band like we're a family, and then we also work this band to help that family. So it's like this kind of circular thing, and
And we're practically family at this point.
Yeah,
All of us. I mean,
everybody.
we're actual family. Like,
Well,
all
yeah.
4 of us
Yeah.
are basically family, and I'm sure it has a very similar mentality in the military. You have to defend your fellow recruit like your family, like your brother, your sister.
Take care of your
I
squad.
will say
Yeah, yeah.
there are many times where like I'll be hanging out with outside family that is not my inside family,
Yeah.
and I will be kind of like speaking out of turn, and I'm like, man, nobody gets my humor. I am texting these guys. I'm like, nobody knows me here. It's only you.
But I mean, kind of
Yeah, no.
again, similar to the military, you're shoulder to shoulder with these people. They're almost closer than family at that point because you spend so much time together. That's kind
It's
of
our chosen family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, but absolutely, and you're in each other. I mean, that creative process that you all share together even makes you more intertwined.
Oh yeah.
Because it's just, I mean, to be able to go where you're at, to create, and then even to put out that stage presence that you do, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for sharing that with the world.
Oh, thank you.
And since it's Halloween month, Lizzie, you're born in this month, and I know you're a huge horror fan, and I know you guys are too. So, are there any horror films that you like to watch during Halloween season?
I watched Hellraiser for the first time of the pandemic.
Wait, really? The first time?
Yeah, he was upset with me because he always tells me to watch it, and
I love the book. The Hellbound
Yeah.
Heart is
Yes.
incredible.
Yes.
And the movie's, it looks
Well,
pretty
well,
dated,
it's
but it's still
great
awesome.
because I read the book because you got me the book.
I gotta get the
Okay.
I
book,
read
yeah,
the
'cause
book
it's
and the
really
book
good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I watched the movie, and the problem is that it ruined it for me because I wish I had watched the movie and then read the book.
I love seeing the special. You can see the little cart pushing the monster, and
right.
it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's so
But
funny.
movies, I mean, I like the classic, classics, and then I also sometimes I get into like a '90s kick, and we'll do like Scream or
Yes.
or do some Final Destination.
You gotta love
Nice.
the
Depends on
sci-
the mood. Like if you want the cerebral, like you go into classics, but then it's like, or you know,
I like to get into the-
Poltergeist is always a great one.
Oh my God,
To like
yes.
get into the spirit of Halloween and the horror of it all, I like to turn on the news.
The news is
We
horrifying.
have to escape the horror
The
film
news
to
is
get away from it,
horrifying.
Yeah, right now the horror films are kind of comforting.
Yeah.
But I will say that like the gross, gory sci-fis before CGI, that was the way to go. The Fly, the Thing,
Yes,
the original Alien.
yes,
That's
yes.
where
I
it's
just,
at.
I
Definitely.
Just watched The Fly again
Oh,
for the
yeah.
first time in years. It
The
was
Cronenberg style, where they're using mayonnaise and horseradish, whatever they can do to make it gross. You know, yeah.
awesome.
Oh my God. Well, thank you all for this. It's been great, Lizzie
course.
and
Great to see you.
and RJ. Great seeing you too. Great seeing you both.
Great seeing you here. Here we are. Look at us.
I know, right? All right.